Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Lexi, and today we're going to be continuing Season 2 of Vinland Saga, episodes 21 and 22, so episode 21, Courage, and episode 22, The King of Rebellion. Last episode was very action-packed. It felt like old Vinland Saga, like season 1 Vinland Saga, with a lot of battles, with a battle taking place on Ketil's farm. We got to see some more of Snake's character and how he's able to sway his men when he's really not even trying to. He's just that guy. He is that guy. Anyways, other than that, Ketil doesn't back down from Canute, and even though that Canute only has like 100 Viking soldiers, part of the Jomsvikings, which Floki's men, they're like they're Vikings, right? Like they're basically Thorgil's, like 100 of Thorgil, Ketil's son, who's like a crazy fighter. So it's like not even a fair match, even though Ketil has like 3 times as men as Canute. It's just still not considered a fair match. So that was pretty interesting to watch that battle go down. But while it was going down, while Snake was fighting, Olnar and Thorgil both tried to pull a fast one on Canute and sneak up from behind to kill him. But Canute actually defended himself with Thorgil. I don't know what Olnar is still up to. They might have mentioned while they were like plotting everything in the last episode, but not sure where Olnar is right now, what he's doing. But Thorgil did try to strike down Canute, but Canute defended himself for a little bit until some of his people came to defend, and Thorgil knew that he'd been beat with his cute little plan and retreated as well. Ketil got knocked down immediately from one of the Jomsvikings and is currently unconscious. And while this was all happening, Einar, Arned, Thorfinn, Leif, and Thorfinn's look-alike, I can't remember his name, I think his like nickname's Bug Eyes or something. They are all trying to escape right now with Arned unconscious on a cart. Unfortunately, during the journey, Arned was like in and out of consciousness the entire time, but eventually, after being able to say goodbye and thank you to both Thorfinn and Einar, she passed on to the other side. The way that they set up the episode of her finally passing away definitely pulled at my heartstrings. I was very frustrated and angry and sad and overwhelmed because I really wanted her to make it, and I wanted her to, at least before passing away, she had a taste of like what freedom was like and could live as a free woman at Thorfinn's village, with her traveling with like Leif and all of them. But the fact that with her circumstances, I would have been more okay with her finally being at rest and at peace if she was on Ketil's farm still and not like in the process of escaping. And so that was really hard for me to watch. It was just very, very frustrating. But looking back at all of like the chaos and trauma and events that she had to go through, and the people she had to deal with and what she had to endure, was just, it's just no person should ever have to go through any of that. And like I said before, I think she is such an important character in this story because we see mostly male characters that are really important to the plot, main male characters, and so we get to see more of a female character in this world living amongst all of these like men who crave power, and their pride like and her life like depends on a man's pride basically, and like seeing how a woman can survive in this type of like world with not only like the restrictions of being a woman during that time where you really have to think before you act and before you speak around anyone, and there's already a power dynamic on top of that, but then also being a slave on top of that, and like showing true strengths of what being a woman during that time is, and showing her backstory of being a mother, being a wife, being a person, being a friend, being all of these things, and doing it so wonderfully while also experiencing so much pain and suffering at the same time. It's just, I think she's just a very, very admirable character, and I wish she could have survived to finally see peace, at least, even if she can't feel it, but at least experience that and feel it. But at the same time, there was nothing attaching her to that world, so I totally understand. How can you really find peace once like every part of you gets taken away, you know what I mean? But speaking of that mindset and her questioning like why does she have to keep living in this world, there were a lot of parallels between characters in that last episode. Of course, Canute and Thorfinn are like one of the biggest ones that we see throughout the entire narrative, and how their two stories mirror each other and compare to each other. But also the things that Arned was saying by the time that she was basically letting go of life and wanting to pass on to the other side was very similar to how Thorfinn was thinking in the beginning of the season. So his act to try to save her, to try to keep her in this world and prove to her that life is meaningful, was amazing to see. It's really just like a come full circle moment. And then not only that, more parallels with Thorfinn when Arned did finally die, and then Snake shows up with Kettle, and you see like Einar's just completely overtaken with rage, wants to kill Kettle, and again Thorfinn stops him and tells him like, don't follow the same path I did, it doesn't lead anywhere, and you need to calm down, don't act on revenge, don't act on anger of losing someone else. So that was very, very nice to see. Yeah, that last episode was probably one of the most enlightening episodes that we've seen so far. So that was it definitely one that you can analyze probably all day. You could write a whole essay about that last episode, but I'll stop blabbing on about it because I did talk a lot about it in the last video. But before we jump right into this next episode, episode 21, make sure to give this video a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on videos like this one. It'd mean the absolute world to me if you could be a part of making this channel grow. And if you want to watch this video full length unedited, my Patreon link is in the description below, tiers 2 and 3. So definitely check that out. And without further ado, let's jump into season 2 of Vinland Saga, episode 21, Courage.
農場の家屋を接収してもよろしいでしょうか。ならん。全軍農場への立ち入りを禁止する。
Oh.
この戦の目的は農場全体の接収だ。略奪ではない。
Okay. Damn, look at all those bodies. The crown is winning this fight. Yeah, interesting. Technically, Asclad killed him, so. That is like insane imagery just now. Ooh, Einar. Yeah. It's so sad. Like a nameless grave. Like you just have to put a stone there to show that someone died. You can't even give her like a proper burial or anything. Poor Einar. I hope he can find love someday. Happiness. What? What is she doing? What is he doing? What was that about? Why was he looking over there? I just want Einar to like have something to be so happy about, you know? Doesn't have to be like love. Just he deserves so much and more as well. Oh, there he is. He's finally seeing the truth of what war does. What is it? Oh, my father's. I thought I said your father's. That was the girl he was sleeping with, right? Ugh, he's gonna die, isn't he? Wow. As much as I say that Olnar is like... Can you pause, please? As much as I say that Olnar is like a coward and I, joke on him all the time, this is like a very realistic depiction of probably how I would handle this type of stuff. The way that it just like freaks me out seeing it as an animation, I just cannot even comprehend how anyone could walk through like the aftermath of war and aftermath of a battle with like people just like screaming and crying and going ballistic, and just because of like the horrors and the wounds and the blood, and I'd act just like him during it, and I bet a lot of people would. She's comforting him? No. I would act the same way, dude.
ケティル一族全員の投降が停戦の条件だ。処分が平和喪失というのも変わらない。戦を続けるか、投降するか。戦を続けるといえば、ヘビ、あんたはどうする？付き合うよ。
No, Snake. Leave with Thorfinn and them.
安心しろ、フクロウ。俺に任せとけ。
Oh, it seems like Thorgal's arm's okay. I thought that like Thorgal's arm was sliced in the wrist where he can't like move his like hand anymore, but he seems fine. Oh, he's still alive.
いや、俺だろ。じいちゃんが決めてってのか？わしでもない。当主のケティルが後継ぎと決めた者がおる。
Ooh, who? Who is it? No way. He's just gonna go along with whatever his brother says, right? Oh, interesting. Because he saw. This is actually so good. Wow, this is really good writing. Because he's the only one who's ever experienced like being a coward, but actually like having the sense to like understand that this shit is batshit crazy, and like Norsemen are like something else, and he's like the only one who would be able to acknowledge and like not think with pride, and like actually in a smart way know how to like decide on things, even like if it isn't considered honorable or whatever, to like protect people. It's just smart. And he can handle that burden because like he's embarrassed himself how many times over. So wow, this is really good writing. He's like the perfect person for this. I'm sure there's more that you guys can explain in the comments about what makes him like perfect for this. And also to bring back to what Thor says is like the best warrior is the one that doesn't even have to wield a sword. And we can start seeing like maybe this is like a good character development moment for Olnar where we start to see this happen. But let me know in the comments below about like Olnar. I think his character's gonna start becoming a lot more important. Yeah. He's actually admitting it too.
ふざけんなよ、オルマル。お前、戦争したがってたじゃねえかよ。
But now he
お前
knows.
が始めた戦だろうが。そうさ。俺のせいだ。あん時しくじってバカにされて。
He's taking accountability too.
でも俺が始めたから。俺が終わりにして。
Interesting.
この農場は花から目をつけられてたんだ。でも俺が向こうに戦のきっかけを与えちまった。お前はあの時名誉を守った。な、オルマル。それでいい。名誉は命より重い。
No.
もう一度ノルド戦士の勇気を見せてみろ。
No. No. Surrender. Yes, let's go. Let's go. This is so good. It's not. Well, Wow.
私の名誉もどうでもいい。
Good. You need to protect the people you love.
降伏する。笑いたきゃ笑えよ。
I feel like your brother's just gonna kill you. Wow. Look at this.
当主代理の決定が出たな。オルマル、クヌート王にその意志を。
He stood his ground against his older brother. And Snake, I think, is impressed. Ooh, this is so cool. What is he doing? I mean, yeah, he's not gonna listen, but I like that Snake is taking Olnar's side too. God, this writing is so freaking good. The story is just good. Yeah, bit him in the... Wow. Dude, the way that this show is teaching men, like, how to be men is, like, so amazing. I love this. Like, it's okay to make decisions based on, like, other people's expectation. If you know what the right thing to do is, and having the courage to stand against others to know, like, what the right thing to do is, even if it makes you look small or dumb or even weak, but it's the only way you know how to protect others and, like, your family and your loved ones and yourself in some cases. Like, do that. Like, that's fine. And the fact that they're acknowledging that as being as what men should be doing as, like, an example is just so... It's so cool. It's so cool. But all, like, the fighting, like, the Viking stuff is pretty cool too. Ooh, something bigger than that now. He's gonna face Canute. Oh! Wow. I can't wait for Canute to see who Thorfinn is now. Son of Thor's. Do they know Thor's name? Because they're the Dom's Vikings, right? It's only been 4 years? He grew up so fast. Just go past him. Yes, yes. Oh shit. His face when he heard that. Yeah. Gave him that scar. Please. Don't say no. Canute. Like Muchie's changed. No way. Floki? Is he gonna see Floki? Look at him dodging. He's not lying, bro. Like, careful. Einar. No, he has to meet Canute first. Oh, talk to Canute. Oh my god. Is he gonna kill him? I mean, not kill him, sorry. Is he gonna, like, throw punches?
100発耐えればお前の勝ちだ。負けたらお前の命をもらう。
Ooh.
お前がそこまでする義理があんのか。
It's not for Kettle. It's for a bigger purpose.
この農場に流れ着いて
Wow.
よかったと思ってる。
He's not gonna stay on the farm, right?
見放さずよくしてくれた。お前とだって出会えた。
Yeah. It was a great place for him to, like,
お前だって
heal.
本当は分かってるんだろう。このまま返せないままでいいのか。
Oh, okay, so he's returning the kindness. But I think this is for, like, a bigger picture type of thing, too, right?
殴られるのにもコツがある。俺は殴られ慣れてる。
There's a trick to getting hit. So he is gonna take punches, he's not gonna throw any. This is like Thorkel 2.0. Drot the bear killer. I gotta look up if this guy is real. I just need to see if this guy is like a real person in history. I don't see anything about it. Okay, just curious. Because that's pretty crazy. It's a crazy title. This is like old Vinland Saga here. This is like season 1. Interesting. Okay, so right now I'm gonna jump right into the next episode because there wasn't much to go about, but except for Olnar's character development, he's coming into his own. He's becoming a man in a different way that is really different from Kettle's other son, Thorgal. So that's really cool to see. Thorfinn is making it his mission to see Canute, and I am backing him up 100%. I think he's going to take some punches. I think he's going to use his like agility, his skill set from, you know, learning from Askeladd all those years to be able to take punches. Is it called like aftershock or something? To where he can use his body to take in punches, but not as bad as someone who isn't skilled. I don't know, something like that. Because I think he's done it with Thorkel before too, like with Thorkel's, I think, kicks or punches or something, he was able to like lessen the blow. So I think he'll be fine here. I don't know if he's gonna like punch back or try to fight back, but I want him to use like his stance again. That'd be sick. So yeah, we'll just have to see what's gonna happen here. And hopefully in this next episode, episode 22, the King of Rebellion, we're gonna see Canute and Thorfinn meet. That's what I'm really hoping for. Einar is gonna watch all of this too. Hopefully be a good bestie and cheer him on, so we'll have to see. Let's jump in. Ooh, okay, we're already at 16. Yep, he's like doing something to lessen the blow. I know that for sure. Probably really obvious for all of you, but yes. Dispersing the impact away from. Yes, okay. Wow.
最初の手段を
Right, he's still trying to learn what to do instead of violence.
なんだありゃ喧嘩かおいちょっとトルフィン
Oh, did he distract Snake? Or did Snake distract him? Snake, I think you distracted him, man. Sort of. Ooh, this is also good for Olnar to like spectate. He still needs to talk to Canute though.
話し合いで解決するくらいならとっくにやってな。
そうか真剣に話し合いで解決する努力をしたのかよ。向こうが剣を抜いたから何も考えずに剣で答えただけだろうがよ。
Wow. God, I love Thorfinn. Oh, the way he's talking. I'm a busy man. That's the first time he's like raised his voice this season. I forgot like what his angry voice sounded like. That was pretty powerful use of dialogue, I will say that. Everyone's silent too. They know the second that Thorfinn got back up who won this battle. No? Also, having Ulnar witness this and start to admire people like this. Vinland Saga for sure. Wow. Oh my god. He just pacified the out of that guy. Whoa. Oh, his face is so swollen. A true warrior.
このトルフィンのお目通りをお許しください。よく鍛えてやるようだな、トルフィン。だが、なぜ殴り返さないのだ。元この枝というお前の実力の証明になるだろうに。
なんだ
その質問は。ぶん殴ってりゃ世話ねえぜ。お互いのことは何も知らねえ。
Interesting dialogue.
いがみ合ってるのはクヌートとケティルじゃねえかよ。親玉二人でネファタフルでもやって白くこんな大勢集まって血を流す必要は全く。
Oh my god. Thorfinn! He's like, why don't we use our words and not our fists, man? And Vikings are like absolutely shook by that.
俺に敵なんかいない。
He said it. He said it. He said the line.
戦士に囲まれて堂々と戦争を否定するとは。しかしケティルと王陛下がネファタフルか。そなた王陛下に直接それを進言してみると。
Yes, write a passage to speak to Canute. Let's go. Doesn't go to war because he wants to.
拝謁しお言葉を聞けばそのお心を知るだろう。
I think he already knows, doesn't he? I can't remember if Thorfinn was there when Canute like decided to go against God and want to create heaven on earth. I can't remember if Thorfinn was there to witness that, so we'll have to see. Oh, Einar's gonna come too. Who starts wars? Oh. This is amazing. I love it. The way that the show is like builds up like the way a man should be is just so top notch, dude. It's like so good to like have people sit here and get so excited and root for someone that goes against like what humanity has done for so long, and they just look so badass doing it. It's just amazing. It's so cool to see. How many are there? What? Pater is part of it? I hope he's not one of them. The scar. Yep. Oh my god, look at those beautiful locks. Now Thorfinn has them. I love that Einar is with him. Just a couple of best buds. Ending wars in the world. the blue and brown eyes.
生
Crazy.
きていたか。久しいな。トルフィ、奴隷の身に落としたこと。
No, he's actually thankful for it, actually.
アシュラットのこと。さぞ恨んでいような。
I guess. But not really, no. He's kind of over
デ
that.
ンマーク王家に刃を向けた俺があなたの配慮に感謝しています。
Ooh.
お顔の傷申し訳ありませんでした。
陛下のお顔に傷をつけた男五分の戦いをしたという男
Yeah.
あんなに小柄で若いとは
Yep.
王に刃を
首相なことを申すようになった4年か。
I can't believe that was only 4 years ago.
農場から手を引いてくれ。
できんな。戦力差を見誤ったケティルに罪がある。さればこそケティル一族の処分が済むまで戦は終わらぬ。
Yeah.
そりゃつまりこの農場を手に入れるまでってことだろ。
Careful, Einar.
王様なんて言っても実際ただの強盗じゃねえか。
Wow.
その辺のバイキングの親玉と何が違うってんだ。ああ
Einar, careful.
土を耕して
This,
見守って
these
育
sounds.
ててみろよ。奪うのがどれだけ悪いことか。
Yes. Let's go, Einar. But careful, because you're dealing with a king.
お前は昔ゲインズバラで言ったよな。この地上に楽土を作る。
Right. Okay, he was there.
者たちのための理想郷をまだそう思っているか。
Dude, these sounds that are happening while they're talking is crazy.
世はバイキングの親玉中の親玉だ。
Chief of Viking chiefs. That is a
よこそ
statement.
は帝王。北海最強のバイキングである。北欧最大の半島を滑る支配者。人知を超え、不可能を可能にする。世の力であの波を沈めてみせよう。
What?
帝王クヌートの名において波を沈まれ。
What's he doing? Is he like trying to make a joke or something? Yeah, he's like trying to be funny. I don't know. Or make a point.
見たか、そなたたち。寄せるさざ波さえ止めることができぬ。この地上に楽土を築くということは、奴の定めた条例に
Defying
逆ら
his
うという
logic.
こと。神への反逆だ。
A rebellion against God.
奴の定めに従っていては、人間は幸福になれぬ。
Yeah.
我らバイキングを、
Uh,
この混乱と破壊の担い手を、恐怖の略奪者を。
okay.
我らに楽園に住む資格があると思うか。なれば、楽土建設など到底かなわぬ。
Okay, okay. Unless I save these people abandoned by God, I'll never be able to build a paradise. So, in order to build a paradise, he needs to save those abandoned by God that will never be going to paradise under God's rule. So, with that logic, he raids villages, he takes over more territory to save those who are abandoned by God. Am I getting that right?
この者たちを制し、御し、その力を束ね、楽土へ向かわせることができる者は、世を置いて他にはおらぬ。力が必要だ。
Okay.
人間の力を束ね、神と。
Unify the strength of all humankind to fight God.
俺には思いつきもしなかった。バイキングを救うなんて。
But Einar would not want to save
てめえが
Vikings.
どんなでかいことやろうがてめえの勝手だ。だがそのために今日て
You
めえに
killed
殺され
today
る人
for
間
your
は
goals.
誰がバイキングは力になるから生かして役に立たない人間からは殺して奪うのか。
Yeah.
楽土建設が効いて呆れるぜ。エセルレッド王に村を焼かれスベン王に家族を
King's
殺され
son
た。
King killed my family.
奴らにどんな理想があったかなんて 知ったこっちゃねえ。お前らの犠牲になってたまるかよ。
農場から手を引く気はないんだな。
ケティルの富は世の事業に必要だ。
Save the
さすれ
Vikings.
ばどうするトルフィル。今ここで世を殺すか。殺さぬ限り世を止めることはできぬぞ。
Oh my god. All right, you guys, those last two episodes were very dialogue heavy, and we got to see Thorfinn like stand his ground against this like big guy. I think his name, what was it, like, I looked it up. It was like Draught, the bear killer or something. And he said like they made a deal. If you can withstand 100 punches, you'll be able to see Canute. And Thorfinn takes that on. He takes on the 100 punches, and he made it out without being unconscious and getting killed, whatever. All of those warriors around there, and even the person punching him, finally recognized him as a true warrior. So that was really cool. When Thorfinn decides to finally meet Canute, he takes Einar along with him, and I think this is like really good because we got Canute, who is in a very high position of power in this world. We have Thorfinn, who's gone through so much and has been a Viking warrior and then made it out better on the other side. And then we have Einar, who experienced more of like the oppressed side of everything. And you see like these three that have completely different experiences in this world and come from different backgrounds, sitting here having a conversation with one another. But at the end of the day, Canute could not be convinced to retreat from trying to take over Kettle's farm. Thorfinn could not convince him. It just seems like he's so far gone at this point, wanting to be the king of the Vikings, basically, like the chief of all chiefs, I guess he said. He's starting a rebellion against God, and the only way that he can create this utopia and paradise on earth for everyone, create his kingdom of God, I guess, is to, did he say save those that God has abandoned? So yeah, that's his goal right now, make his overarching goal complete or whatever. But I will say this is hilarious because obviously now we know, like, after people started to explore more continents and people from like the Vikings and everything, I know that like their whole thing is like going from continent to continent, like discovering continents, right? And like expanding their worldview of like where things are. It's just so funny that like, because during this time there's only this like limited space that they know about Earth, they don't understand that there's like so many more people in this world, like cultures and races, and you know, just so many more continents that you really have to like take over. So like listening to Canute's overarching goal for humanity, it just sounds kind of silly to me, because I know that that's not something one person can do in their one lifetime. But to them, it's like, that's their world, like wherever they're at, whatever they've discovered so far as land, like that's all they know. And so it seems like a very obtainable goal. And it makes Canute look really cool and really powerful and obviously a really good leader. So it's just, I don't know. Obviously Canute did not, in actual history, did not reach his goal, but in the anime, who knows? Maybe it'll be different. But it's really interesting to see Einar talk to Canute that way. I thought he'd be a little bit more scared, a little bit more respectful, but everything that comes out of Einar's mouth, I've noticed, his dialogue makes complete sense, and everything he says is like something that someone should take back home with them, about like looking about like his perspective of the world and what he thinks makes sense. I'm glad that Thorfinn brought him along, and I hope he does that everywhere now, because he just drops like straight truth like on everyone, and everything he says I'm like yep, I agree. So yeah, love these two guys. These were great episodes. We saw development with Ulnar. We're seeing more about like Canute's vision, and it was really nice to see Canute and Thorfinn reunited, and where they're at now in their crossroads, right? Like completely different from each other from the first time we see them interact when they were kids, and now that they're a little bit older. It's only 4 years, I can't believe that. 4 years later, how much they've changed as people. Let's jump into episode 23, Two Paths. It's making me emotional. I don't want to end this series, or season. I have to wait like everyone else.
我が息子未だ王になり理解し合えるなどと思うたのではあるまいな。
Interesting imagery here.
奴らは哀れな羊の群れ、王の羊飼いなのだ。
Aloof shepherd.
奴ら羊飼いの仕事がどうして羊に理解
This is really cool to see the parallels of like sovereignty, I guess, and Jesus in Christianity. We think that, you know, the shepherd that herds the sheep is Jesus, right? It's very cool that they're using that type of language here with Canute, who is rebelling against God and I guess claiming, well, his headless father is claiming him to be the shepherd of the sheep. I really like this. I love the dialogue in Vinland Saga. It is just so intricate.
愛あるのみだ。それが何より
Control is what's best for the sheep.
クヌーと無茶を通すつもりなら
殺せ。
Warmth versus the cold. He's dangerous.
羊が群れを惑わし、断崖
And
へ
towards
走
the
らせ
cold.
る
Oh my god. These analogies.
俺は逃げる
Oh. Einar's face.
逃げるだけか
Yeah. I mean, that's what his ancestors did too when they left to Iceland.
それお前の言う楽土ってのは多くの人を助けて少し
Yeah,
の人を
oppressing a
虐げる
few.
俺にはそれがいいことか悪いことかわからないし
Interesting.
お前の無茶を責める資格もないだからもう逃げるしかないだろ
Interesting choice.
そなたはこの帝王の前へただ還元をしに来たのか
Admonish
そん
me.
な顔になってまで
He just wanted to talk, dude.
それも無駄だったさよなら
And they're just letting him go. No way, is he gonna break? Goes against everything that he's done so far. Uh,
世と駆け引きをしたがる者は多い罠にはめようとする者も
yeah, he's never faced this before.
なんだそなたは大バカ者めこれほどくだらない和平交渉は初めてだ
because the people that you negotiate with don't actually want peace. Well, I mean, I guess in hindsight they don't want to go to war because they know they'd immediately be overtaken, but Thorfinn literally has no ties to anything, so when he talks about peace, he actually means it. What, is he gonna actually not take it over?
かああバイキングの中からこのような男が生まれうるのか
Wow, look at the way he's looking at him.
美しい男だ
Ooh.
争いを離れどこへ逃げる
お前に教えることはできな
I
い
can't, yeah.
我が藩とは広がり続けているやがてそこにも世の力が及ぶかもしれんぞ
逃げる先があるうちは俺は戦わない
Wow, he won't fight.
王の力が届かない場所に
Beyond the king's reach
お
using
前とは
missiles.
違うやり方で
Okay.
お前がこの調子で人々を迫害し続けるなら
Yeah.
そのうち誰にもお前を助けることはできなくなるお前も努力しろ俺の仕事を増やすな
Don't make more work for me.
まったく口が回るようになった
Weird.
誰に似たの
Who did you take after? Thor's baby. I'm the son of Thor's.
これほど難しい和平交渉は初めてだ
こりゃ船もね
The ships are gone. Wow, they actually
え
left.
たクヌートふざけんなよ
Wow.
黒木殿が不満を漏らしておりました。
Who cares?
から手を引く理由がわからぬと。
I can't believe they withdrew.
他の農場を接収する計画も白紙に戻す。トルフィンの仕事を増やしては悪いのでな。
Okay, that was an interesting meeting between the two.
そなたぐらいしかおらぬと思っていた。新たな仲間を得た。
その後、クヌートはイングランド財政を
Ordered the disbandment of the Danish army.
解散を命じる。
Whoa.
最終的にクヌート直属のデンマーク人部隊は
16 ships.
わずか危惧されたイングランドでの反乱は起こらなかった。
The trust canoe.
イングランドの諸侯はクヌートの信頼を知り、征服者と非征服者の関係が変化しようとしていた。
Why is Thorfinn back in the barn? It's like an old geezer. At like, what, 19 years old right now? Ooh, to feel that crisp morning air right now would be so nice. Einar is like the best guy ever. Their voice actors are like very crisp at the moment too, with the way the audio sounds. The scenery in Vinland Saga 2 is just like unmatchable. And I say that as like, yeah, cool. Like Demon Slayer's animation always looks beautiful, but like the scenery in Vinland Saga, it seems like someone actually took a paintbrush and like painted it. You know what I mean? There's just something so real about it. Vinland, baby, let's go. It's a tough question. No one really knows. We have to come up with like our own reasons to live, right? Yeah. Look at the sky, dude. Oh my god. Look at Einar. Look at him. Wow. The two best buds gonna change the world. One person at a time. Yes, we love Thorfinn like this. Let's all applaud Thorfinn. But also, let's give Einar a pat on the back as well, because he really helped Thorfinn come to this conclusion as well. You know, every step of the way, Einar has been there to kind of help guide him too, and drop so many pieces of knowledge and advice for him, a different outlook of life that really helped Thorfinn come into his own. So let's all give a round of applause to Einar as well. They help each other. So Thorfinn definitely helped Einar grow as well. Brother, come with me, let's go! They're calling each other brother! Without slavery or war. For Arnid. It really is like the people that get caught, the innocent. I'm like so emotional about it, but the ones that are the most innocent are the ones that end up suffering so much because they get caught up into like other people's conflicts and everything. And for them to like recognize that and swear to do this for Arnid is like so satisfying. it's really hard to watch and like think about and process. No, Snake, go with them. Aww.
アルネイズの墓は任せなさい。私が守る。
Oh, Olnar. He has grown so much. Wow.
トルフィン、俺はあなたのようになりたい。
Oh, yes.
強くて
A real man.
本物の男に。
Kind and strong.
あなたは戦いをやめる決断をしたと聞きました。
Holy crap.
素晴らしいことです。15年もかかってしまった。自分が何をすべきか分かったんです。
Yes, Thorfinn, let's go. Snake. Join them, please. Please, Snake, please. Oh.
俺の名はロワルド。グリム。
This is important. Did he say in past episodes that no one knows his like name or something? Like, is this really important? Other than like personally me, this is important. But did he mention in like past episodes that he doesn't really tell his name to anyone?
の子、ロワルドだ。
Roald. Roald, son of Grimm. Who's Grimm?
ありがとう、ロワルドさん。
Amen.
お元気で。
No, I want Snake to join them. Carve it. Oh, I'm getting chills. I am getting chills. Oh, carve it into the land. Yo, I'm actually getting chills right now. Yo, this is so amazing.
ずっと耐え抜く人生だった。あのような者たちを目にできるとはな。アルネイズ、
Damn it.
彼らは向かったよ。私たちが想像もしなかった世界へ。
Carve that encounter into me. All right, you guys. So that was episode 23 of Vinland Saga, titled Two Paths. And holy moly, in the beginning, we see Canute and Thorfinn finally come across each other without bargaining, without bloodshed, and understanding one another and what they're about, what they think is the right way to live in this world. They both, in some way, want to create a paradise where love exists, right? But Thorfinn specifically, we already know what Canute's about. Thorfinn specifically wants to create a place with no war or slavery. And that place is none other than Vinland. So that was really amazing. Canute there, when he actually withdraws and lets like Kettle's farm be Kettle's farm. So that was a big surprise, a big twist in the plot, I would say. And I guess he withdrew most of his military troops from like lands of England and everything too. And I think it had something to do with like the taxing problem that he had in the beginning of the season. But let me know if I'm wrong, and if you can shed any light on that situation of like what his plan is now. Because I thought he was going to continue to expand his territory. Maybe he still is. Again, I didn't really want to research the actual Canute and like his situation with finding territory in history, in the Viking history, just because I didn't want really any spoilers for this anime. But if you can give me some background information on what Canute's plan is now, if it's changed at all, or what got through to him for Thorfinn, definitely drop a comment down below about that. Thorfinn did get through to him, I guess, and they were able to part ways in a very good light. The imagery between Canute and Thorfinn was really cool to see, especially the analogy of the shepherd and the sheep, which is very tied to Christianity. How the head or the crown, this curse that is placed upon Canute of being a king, is trying to convince is trying to poison him, saying that he's the shepherd, and lowly sheep don't understand what the shepherd is trying to do with like his overarching goal, right? But every time it pans to Thorfinn and we see Canute looking at Thorfinn, it is like in the most warm, inviting light, filled with color and vibrancy, and just like the perfect person that you'd want to be. And something that I've noticed that Vinland Saga just does such an amazing job is just telling a story without words. And we see, I mean, the dialogue, of course, is just, it's top tier, right? But aside from that, the actual art of using color and scenery and imagery and analogies, like I've said a million freaking times while watching this series, is just something unmatched. And it's something that I think viewers who can't pick up on things like that a lot, it's just like so blatantly there and done in such a really nice way. I think anyone watching this show can really understand what is happening here when they use imagery and everything. And I think it's just like the coolest thing ever. And then just not to mention the art style in the scenery. Like I said, it feels like someone just took a paintbrush and just individually, like with each stroke, created a masterpiece every single time. And the color choices and the color grades and everything are just perfect. It's truly amazing. I mentioned this before, but I grew up in a small town in Alaska, and a lot of the scenery and a lot of imagery, maybe that's why it makes me so emotional and attached to this art style. But I kid you not, Alaska is so similar to where they're living right now. And the mornings and like that crisp breeze and the birds near the ocean and the forest and the rustling of the trees and the creeks and the, I don't know, just all of it is so like similar to my childhood. It just like, it makes this even more such like an emotional experience. But whatever, I'm getting into like Vinland Saga as a whole, but I want to wait to talk more about that after this next episode. The season finale, season 2 finale, episode 24, Home. But we learn about Snake's real name, which is Roald, son of Grim. Have we met Grim? Is that someone we're supposed to know? Let me know in the comments if we've met Grim. And then also, near the end of this last episode, which made me cry so much because of Arned, but also the beginning of for episode 1 of season 2, we see, I think someone explained in the comments that these phrases and stuff is like the Viking way, like the Viking life, the Viking way. And it talks a lot about carving into the experience, or carve it in the ground, carve it, right? And for them to do this again, but now we're starting to understand through like what Vinland Saga is trying to portray, like what a man is, the right way for a human to live their life, in a prosperous way, in a humble way, in a good way, and using those same words and imagery of farming and just living a very humble, simple life with those words literally made me break down. That was the most powerful thing you could possibly do in a show. Like, how do they do that? Because when we first see those words in the first episode, it's Vikings causing destruction and, you know, blood being smeared on the face and on a baby and just, you know, that kind of way of life. And for them to use it again in that way, it's just, that was the coolest thing ever. Okay, now that we're done talking about all of that kind of stuff, let's jump in to the season finale, season 2 finale, episode 24, Home. Ooh, I see ice! Is this before, like, Iceland was named Greenland, and Greenland was named Iceland to trick enemies? Craftsmen and fishermen, that's what I know. Does he not remember it looking like this? Right, it's been a minute. Live. Oh no. This better be a happy ending to end season 2 because this looks familiar. My heart is pounding. I'm like nervous as well. Oh my god, Leif. You finally solved your goal. No idea. Is that the one guy that... Is that Foxy? Ilva! Ilva? Oh, I am so excited. Oh my god, turn around, turn around. Yo, what does she look like? Oh my god. Yo. This is so surreal right now. Bah! Yep. He tries to hug her. No, that's literally him. Straight Mr. Leif like that. Right, Helga's his mom. Well, you should probably meet your mom. This is like frustrating me. If I was Thorfinn right now in this situation, I'd be like on my knees like, please, I can prove to you. We did this when we were young, we did this when we were young. I would stand my ground. But guys, here we go. Ooh, wow, she's really aged. Oh, Ilva already has kids, huh? Wow. She walks right up to him. Interesting. A mother knows her child. Oh yeah, because he looks so much like him. Yeah. I didn't really think about that. Aww. Does Ilva look like her dad? I don't know. I couldn't really tell. This is amazing. I mean, to be fair, I did expect Ilva to act the way that she did with Thorfinn, but this is beautiful. And Leif kept his promise after all these years. Is he gonna cry too? Oh, no. Yeah, okay, they got married. Ilva and that guy. Wow. Oh, it's Ari, right? His name's Ari. Right. It's kind of more of Thorfinn's fault though, right? Because they held him hostage. Not held him hostage, but like used him to kill Thor's. Look at Einar! What? Oh, that's right, because they claimed each other to be brothers. Oh. Ilva's back, baby. Let's go.
聞いてない本物よ。本当にトルフィンが帰ってきたのよ。まさか嘘だ。レイフさんの作り話じゃ。
You can let him go now.
姉上
トルフィン。
姉上
Yep. Oh, I love her. She's so funny. Oh, got her father's strength too.
大丈夫だレイナル俺は殴られ
Not like that though. Wow. Is he gonna get, did he just get knocked out? From his sister?
一発かよ
Oh. Yeah. That's peak comedy right there. How he could take 100 punches from a Viking soldier and then gets clocked by his sister.
トルフィンはこれまでの16年間に経
Wow.
験したことをトールズの死からケティルの農場を立つまでの経験を要所のみをかいつまんで話したがその憎悪と闘争死と破壊絶望と後悔
Wow.
悲しみと再生の歴史は聞く者を絶
At a
句さ
loss
せる
of words, yeah. He is looking a lot like his dad now. Now that like his mom said that, I can definitely see it.
人たち絶望の中で死んでいった奴隷たちこんな温かい家庭があったのかもしれない
Mm-hmm.
俺の罪は重い平和の国を築くために
逃げ出したいと思っている人は大勢います。私とトールズも戦士の国ヨムスボルグから逃れ、
Mm-hmm.
この
Yeah.
島戦争や奴隷制から逃れ、どこまでも逃げて、あなたは平和の国を作って待ち、その人々を迎えるのです。
Interesting.
そのために生きなさい。
Thorfinn, the son of Thors. Yeah, oh my god, this is so amazing.
大規模な事業になりますね。
だが人員に家畜資材船も買い足さにはならんぞ
I love that everyone's just super supportive.
資金だそれだけの大金そう簡単には集められんぞ
Facts.
わしの助けがなければな
I love Leif. The chest, that's right. Where it all started.
本当についてっちゃうとはね。
父上は本当にすごい人だったずっと先を見ていた
Mm-hmm. He's a big dude too.
変わり者だったからね。
Ilva definitely got their dad's build. What is Einar gonna do? Oh yeah, they're going together. The Northern Lights. So
父
pretty.
上が守ろうとした人だ
Oh right, the
大事
slave.
な人だったのか
Oh man, that's crazy because they were slaves.
奴隷だったんだ
Oh my god.
主の元から逃げてきて生き倒れていたところを父上が助けたんだ
お前のお人よしは親父譲りだな
He's trying.
夜はまた一段と寒さが答えるな先戻ってるぜトルフィン
ね
Ooh,
え、ここからも逃げたい人はどこに行くの？
wait, is that little him or is that Ilva's son? Oh,
もう分かってるんだろ
oh, okay. This is he's just hallucinating. Wow. Okay. Wow. Younger Leif. Who's that? Oh, was that Askeladd? Yeah, that was Askeladd. He shaved and cut his hair. Holy sh**. He looks like a lot younger now. Oh my god. That's it. Okay. That was it, you guys. Holy moly. Oh man. That was Vinland Saga. That was season 2 of Vinland Saga. That was such a nice episode to end it off with compared to season 1's finale. This was a lot. It just feels good, you know? It feels like the real journey is about to begin. The Vinland Saga is about to actually begin, and that is just so awesome to know, and I can't wait for it. Thorfinn and Einar and Leif finally made it back to the village. Ylva didn't want to accept him at first. Pretty funny. Same old Ylva. I love her personality. She's so hilarious. She's just so, like, I don't know how to describe it, man. I would love to be friends with her. But his mom, like, recognized her right away, and she said that he's, like, the spitting image of his dad, Thor's. And now after she said that, I'm like, you're right. Like, he looks a lot like him, and I just never really thought about that before. Maybe I did in past videos, but never to that extent, so that was cool to see. And then Ylva finally realized that it was him and still punched him. He got mad at him for abandoning them for so long, but he got to finally, like, sit down and tell his friends and family, like, what he's been up to for the past, was it like 16 years? 15 years or something? He left when he was 6, so he has to be, like, in his, like, early 20s now. He was able to get some closure with his family. Leif finally kept his promise, and now he told everyone, like, he wants to create a paradise where there's no slavery and war, to live out his father's dream, to create Vinland. And he needs to create a new country. He needs to get resources, money for that. So I'm guessing in season 3, we're gonna see him, Einar, and Leif finally make this dream possible. So it's gonna be so fun to watch, and I'm sure Canute is also going to be a part of that narrative as well, if he's still trying to take over territories and whatnot, or even aid him. I don't even know, but I'm sure we're gonna see more Canute in the future. Hopefully we'll see more Snake in the future. I know he's on Kettle's farm, but the episode 23, it kept panning to him a lot, so I'm wondering if his story doesn't end here. I would love to see more of Snake, or I guess his name's Roald, son of Grimm. Love to see Roald. Near the end of the episode, Thorfinn cut his hair and shaved his face, and I know that the symbolism when it comes to that is someone's transforming into a new self. So whenever, you know, you cut your hair, change your image, that kind of thing, it's like a fresh start, like a brand new person type of thing. So I am excited for season 3 whenever it comes out, hopefully in a year or so. I guess half a year for me, since I'm half a year late on reacting to the show, but hopefully in a year or so we get to see season 3 and we get to actually see Thorfinn complete this Vinland Saga, right? Or at least start it. So this was a good finale to just wrap things up with Thorfinn's past and start a new journey. And yeah, overall 10 out of 10 episode. Vinland Saga, obviously the first season versus the second were very different. There were different anime, like, I mean, it was Wit Studio at first that was doing season 1 and then Mappa doing season 2, but regardless of that, the plot and, like, the stories and everything were pretty different, but still, like, so well written and done really well. And I would have to agree with a lot of you that season 2, even if it wasn't as action oriented as season 1, is my favorite. It really was. I think people who can digest such philosophical thoughts and ideas and really sit down and take it all in will love season 2 of Vinland Saga. Definitely well written and well drawn, because the animation, like I said, after episode 23, the animation is so beautiful in its own right. And the music, by the way, the music scores in it, so good as well. A lot of strings, a lot of like, obviously like Eurocentric type of music, medieval music and everything, but the openings and the endings, the OSTs, the music scores were just so beautiful and set the tone for everything just as much as the animation and the dialogue does. It's just a masterpiece. I really don't have any criticism for it because it's really that good. And I think it just depicted how human beings feel in general all the time, even today, but also adding events and storylines from how human beings would react and how they justify their actions and how they deal with traumas that are so severe from that time of like war and death and love and life, survival versus actually living a prosperous life. So it's just so nice that and refreshing that Vinland Saga was able to tell such a great story and also still have time with just 20-minute episodes to really flesh out characters and explore philosophical ideas and also rope in religious ideas and embed it into that as well. So like the historical, the religious, and the philosophical themes intertwined very, very well with each other in this story. It was just so beautiful. So beautiful. I talked a lot after episode 23 about Vinland Saga, about my thoughts on it. And episode 24 was like a great wrap-up family reunion for Thorfinn to kickstart his next journey. And so there's not much else for me to say other than I guess rating this season 2 episode 20 out of 10. Like actually perfect. I think it was perfect. And am I going to continue Vinland Saga on the channel? 110% of course. Yes. Regardless if it falls off and it's not as popular as it has been, which I highly doubt after season 2, but regardless, I'm going to keep watching this and I will keep posting my reactions to Vinland Saga. So yeah, that's it, you guys. That was season 2 finale of Vinland Saga, Peakland Saga, as you guys you put down in the comments. And it was one of the greatest animes I think I've ever seen. One of the only animes I think I've ever cried so much. Even more than Attack on Titan, I'd say. I cried watching Vinland Saga a lot more. If that tells you anything about like the emotional impact it will have on you. Granted, I cry all the time, so it's not it's not like I'm like this cold-hearted person that like never sheds a tear, because I cry. Like it's pretty easy to make me cry because I like to really just like engulf myself completely into shows and movies. So I will be like laughing my ass off 1 second and cheering and being so full of happiness the next, to completely sobbing my eyes out or furious. So with that being said, please I'll just say that it affected me emotionally watching this show, but this was great and I'm really glad I started this series on my channel. So if you liked this video, make sure to give it a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on videos like this one. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could be a part of making this channel grow. And if you want to watch this video full length unedited, as well as past Vinland Saga episodes of season 1 and 2 full length unedited, that will be all on my Patreon, which is linked in the description below, tiers 2 and 3. And I hope to see you guys in the future for more Vinland Saga content when season 3 comes out, but also any other anime reactions that you guys are interested in. I hope to see you again. Bye!